everyone, welcome back to Makeup by Mama G. Today we are going to be doing a blue and purple look using Bitch Slap Cosmetics. So I hope you guys like this tutorial and let's get started. Alright, so I already applied my primer. I applied Too Faced Shadow Insurance and Bitch Slap's Yellow Concealer, like I always do. And then I am going to pick up the Skanky Bitch palette, which is this one. And I'm just going to pick up an eyeshadow brush. I'm going to pick up the white, the matte white, and I'm going to apply this as a highlight right under the brow. I'm just patting it on there, like so. Then I'm going to pick up a liner brush. This is just NYX's liner brush from their professional line with the gray handles. And I'm now going to pick up the black eyeshadow. I only need a little bit. This black really pops, so I'm only going to pick up a little at a time. So I'm going to cut my crease. This crease isn't going to be as dramatic as last week's look was with the Christmas look. This one's going to be a little more blended out, but I need this crease here to darken up my purple a little bit, because the new purple that I'm going to use is a little lighter than I wanted it to be. Okay, so I'm just going to slightly blend it out. The same brush. And then with the blending brush, this is just NYX's crease brush, as they call it. I'm going to pick up some more of that black, just a tiny bit on the very top of the brush. And I'm just going to blend right above that black line. This is just going to soften the line up just a little bit, just so it's not so harsh. Like I said, you know, I don't want it to be as bold as it was as last week's. Alright, so with the dome brush, I'm going to pick up the new purple neon matte eyeshadow. It's gorgeous. So pretty. So it looks like this. I'm just going to pick a little bit up on the brush, and I'm going to apply this right above the black. So I'm just going to start on the outer part and slowly just blend it right above it. I'm just going to start sweeping it upwards. I'm not going to bring it all the way up towards the brow bone because I do want the pink to be the color to go up to the brow bone, but I'm just applying this right above the black, like so. So with my blending brush again, I'm going to pick up that hot pink from the Skanky Bitch palette. I'm just going to put a little bit, because a little bit goes a long way with this neon pink. I'm just going to start right above the purple, and I'm going to lightly blend this color right above the purple and up to the brow bone. I want to keep it light on the brush because this color is intense if you put too much on the brush. You're going to end up blending, or going to have to end up blending a whole bunch of the color out. So right now all I'm doing is picking up a little at a time. Just applying it right above the purple, and I'm going to bring it up to the brow bone. So with my blending brush, I'm going to take Sexy Bitch Pigment, which is this matte lavender kind of color. I'm going to take whatever's in the lid, because I only need a little bit. Tap off the extra on the brush. I'm going to apply this right above the pink and right underneath the brow. I'm going to leave some space so that way I can bring that highlight color down again. This is just going to help blend everything together. And so with the Skanky Bitch palette again, I'm just going to pick up that white, and I'm just going to touch up the highlight part. I'm just applying it right under my brow in a patting motion, and I'm kind of dragging it downwards just to get it into that purple and pink. This way it's all blended together. So with that dome brush again, I'm just going to pick up the matte black eyeshadow, and I'm just going to go over the crease line again just so it's darker right in the crease area, and it blends into a dark purple, to a bright purple, to a pink. So I'm just outlining that line again, wanting to stay away from the lid so that way it could be just blue on the lid. So with the stiff eyeshadow brush, this is Afterglow's oval eyeshadow brush, I'm going to pick up the matte bright blue. It's a pretty baby blue color. For those of you who do not like shimmer, you guys are going to love these eyeshadows because they're super bright and super matte. And all I'm going to do is just pat this all along the lid. Just picking up a little bit at a time, and I'm just patting it and kind of pressing it onto the lid. With mattes, that's what you want to do. You always want to pat it first before blending. Sometimes mattes can be difficult to work with, but as soon as you start messing around with them, you'll figure out how to fix it. Okay, so I left a little bit of room right here in the tear duct area and in the inner part of the lid, so that way we could put a highlight color in that part. And I want to put the matte white from the Skanky Bitch palette. I'm just using the same brush I used earlier to highlight. I'm going to pick some up and I'm going to pat right in the tear duct area. As you can see, I'm just patting it and pushing it down. And I'm also going to bring some right here and kind of upwards into that purple. And all I'm going to do is just pat along the inner part onto that blue, so that way it blends together. Okay, and so for the bottom lash line, I'm going to pick up that matte purple with my dome brush. And I'm just going to apply it to the entire bottom lash line. I'm starting off light like I always do, and I'm going to add some more color along the way. I'm going to bring it all the way till it starts hitting that white on the bottom part, right here in the inner part. And then I'm going to pick up some of that hot pink from the Skanky Bitch palette. I'm going to apply that right underneath that purple. I'm going to blend the two together, so that way it kind of looks how it does up here. Can't really tell unless like you're super close up, but it looks really cool. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to pick up the black again from the Skanky Bitch palette, and I'm just going to apply this on the outer half. I'm still using that dome brush. I'm going to apply it on the outer half of the bottom lash line, and I'm going to also connect it right here. In that little corner, be sure to connect your eyeshadow so that way it looks done. I'm just going to blend it right here. Make sure it's all blended out. So with a liner brush, this is NYX's just liner brush from their old collection. I'm going to pick up some of this L'Oreal Hip Cream eyeliner, and I'm just going to tight line underneath the bottom of my top lash line. And then with Afterglow's angled liner brush, I'm going to pick up some more of that L'Oreal Hip Cream liner. I need to get a new one. Mine's starting to dry out. I hate it when it gets like this. And I'm just going to line my top lash line with a tiny bit of wing. Hopefully you guys can see this. I love this brush. It gives me the perfect wing. So I want the eyes to look more open today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a liner brush and NYX's Milk Jumbo Pencil. I'm going to pick some up onto the brush, and I'm going to line my waterline with this. What I'm going to do is just dab it on there, like so, all across the bottom lash line. And then to set it, I'm going to pick up another liner brush, a clean one, and I'm going to set it with the white eyeshadow from the Skanky Bitch palette. So I'm only going to pick a little bit up, and I'm just going to press it onto where we lined our waterline. So this is just going to help seal the liner so that way it stays put. It is a cream, so we want to set it so that way it stays in place. Okay everyone, so to save some time, I already applied my mascara. I used Maybelline's Define a Lash mascara in the green tube. It's my favorite mascara. And then I threw on some Red Cherry 113 lashes. They're super, super long. I love them. So, while those are drying, because after they dry, I'm going to touch up my eyeliner with some liquid eyeliner. I'm just going to get my face ready, so I'm going to prime my face with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm just going to put a little bit on the top of my hand. This is just going to help make the skin look a lot smoother. It's going to cover any pores, fill in any fine wrinkles. So I already did this half of my face. So I'm going to do the rest of my face. Trying to rush because we're taking the kids to Christmas in the park. For those of you who are in San Jose or the Bay Area, you all know what I'm talking about. In downtown San Jose, they have, in California, they have this Christmas park, and they decorate this whole section of, I think it's like a block. Is it a block? Maybe like a block long of just Christmas stuff. The whole city of San Jose, like different schools, hospitals, all kinds of different communities get together, and they get trees and decorate trees, and there's just so many lights and a Santa and just all kinds of stuff going on, and it's really, really cool. They have like bubble makers and snow machines everywhere, hot chocolate, and it's just really, really fun for the kids. So I'm trying to get ready because we're going to take the kids to that. Okay, so I have my primer on. I'm going to take the pink concealer from Bitch Slap with a concealer brush. It's really, really creamy, so you only need a little bit. That's what I like about these new concealers, is that they're creamy. I personally like creamy not eyeshadows, concealers. So I'm just going to use the pink over my dark circles. My dark circles kind of have a green tint to it, and for those of you who are colored like myself, skin-wise, your skin tone, when you have green tones under your dark circles, the pink will help neutralize that, and it'll block it out. As you can see, it's already starting to get rid of that dark circle. So I'm just going to pat it. You don't want to like blend it out like that. You want to pat it and blend it out with patting motions, and so I'm trying to stick to a little triangle shape right here. So that's done. And then I'm going to take that dark concealer, dark to medium concealer, and I'm just going to use this to cover up the redness right here. Hopefully you guys can see, but I do have a little bit of redness going on right here. So I'm just going to pat that on. I also have a little bit right here underneath my nose. I always have redness right here. I'm just going to use my finger. The warmth of your fingers, guys, will kind of melt the concealer into your skin, I want to say. Just the heat from it gets it to the right temperature to where it just glides right into your skin and covers up the imperfections. I have a little bit of red right here too, so I'm just going to cover that up. Just using patting motions with my ring finger. Your ring finger and your pinky finger are always the ones that don't give as much pressure. So if you guys are working around the eye area, or you guys have delicate skin that you don't want to mess up, use these two fingers. Alright, so I got that going on. I'm now going to finish up the rest of the face with Bitch Slap's Matte Honey powder. This is one of their new powders, and I personally love this thing. So all I'm going to do is just press some all over. The only thing I don't like about this is the sound that this little thing makes. It's just annoying to me. And I'm also going to press it onto my concealer so it sets my concealer in place. I'm just going to continue doing that all around the entire face. See, I don't like that sound. So now that I'm done putting on my foundation, I am going to contour with Bitch Slap's Zebra Bronzer. Just using a little shadow brush. It's not little, it's kind of big actually. It's a big eyeshadow brush, as you guys can see. And I'm just going to pick up the very top two colors from the bronzer. Oh, Pam, my neighbor down the street's here, so my dog's going crazy. And then I'm just going to start from the ear, and I'm going to bring it down to right here. And all this is going to do is define the cheekbone, so that way the cheekbones are visible. This actually makes my face look slimmer, which I personally love. And then with the blush brush, as soon as I find it, I'm going to pick it up and just start going along the temples, as well as the forehead. This is going to be a very bronzed look. And the jawline. Can't forget the jawline. And then I'm going to apply MAC Tippy Blush. This came out with the Hello Kitty collection. Just going to use the same blush brush from earlier and just apply it to the apples of my cheeks. I like doing patting motions. For some reason, if I blend too much, I don't know, I just feel like I'm getting it everywhere. I feel like if I just pat it on the apples of my cheeks, that's the only place it's going to be, instead of all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to take MAC's High Tea Lipstick. It's like a shimmery, well not a shimmery, but a shiny nude kind of color. And then I'm going to take Bitch Slap's gloss, the clear lip gloss. Gotta love the packaging. I'm going to apply some onto my hand, so that way it doesn't get onto the brush. Because I would like clear lip gloss. I like wearing it on an everyday basis. And I'm just going to apply that right over the lipstick just for some extra shine. Okay, so now that I'm done with my whole face, I'm just going to take some liquid eyeliner. This is Maybelline's waterproof liquid eyeliner in black. I'm just going to cover up any imperfections, if there's any glue, or if my eyeliner is not really that bold anymore. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to apply it right over. That way we could have some nice eyeliner. So this is the final look, everyone. I hope you guys like it. I think the lashes are totally fun. So I am now off to Christmas in the park with the kiddos. So I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Be sure to check out my Bitch Slap review on this little link right here. I got a whole bunch of new Bitch Slap stuff that I want to share with you all. So have a great Christmas, everyone. If I don't see you guys before New Year's, have a happy New Year's. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.